Next up in the SEC West is Arkansas, a team that fell flat of expectations last year, but is bringing back a lot of those same expectations, and largely in part because of what they have on offense. Me personally, I really, really like this offense. I like the way KJ Jefferson plays football. It's a style you don't see out of most quarterbacks these days. He's just not afraid to put his nose in the mix, and I really like that. It's a matter of, I think, for Arkansas, as we'll get into here, what is going to show up on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, KJ Jefferson's a grinder. I love watching that guy play too. He's ground and pound. He'll get his nose dirty. But yeah, I mean, offensively, they're really high powered and have a lot of potential. But last year, it ultimately did become a question of, okay, you brought a lot of folks back. KJ Jefferson was starting his second season last year. This will be his third year. Rocket Sanders, he's super talented running back, both in the passing game and in the receiving game. They've also got some pretty talented offensive linemen. Most notably, Bo Lemmer is an offensive lineman on their team that, he actually appeared in our top 100 college football players of the year on our Instagram page. So if you don't follow it already, go jump in there and see kind of who our top 100 is. So there's two main questions I have. One, what's different this year than last year? It's the same situation, a lot of potential, but will they get over the hump and make the plays that it takes to win those big football games when they go to places like Tuscaloosa or Baton Rouge and play those juggernauts? And the second one is for KJ Jefferson, really good quarterback, a lot of potential. Obviously, we touched on that. Love to watch that guy play, but is he an elite quarterback that sits atop up there with the Drake Mays of the world, the Bryce Youngs last year? Is he in that category, or is he in tier two, I guess you could say, with just the not Hall of Fame, but the Hall of really good? If he can take a step forward this year, I think he can put himself in that elite territory. But until I see him kind of make those game winning plays, right now, I don't see him in that same category.
Yeah, with KJ Jefferson, it is really truly a matter of, does he take the leap to become a truly elite quarterback? I think the run game at Arkansas has a chance to be really, really lethal, um, and he can truly complement that and make it a true weapon. I don't know what it is about the guy. It's just his personality, the way he plays. I root for him to have a very successful year, and I don't watch a lot of Arkansas football games, but I do pop them on just to kind of see him play and see how that offense is going.
I think it's the defensive lineman in you. You like watching a defensive end get the chance to play quarterback.
Yeah, and he throws it. He kind of throws it like Cardale Jones a little bit, which gives me just
Another defensive lineman playing quarterback.
exactly, exactly. He brought my Buckeyes their last national championship, which is 7 years ago or 9 years ago now. So just little partial to him, I think.
Yeah, and that's fair. But yeah, for the offense, a lot of the same with the wide receiver room. A lot different though. Stevens is their most prolific returning receiver, and he only caught 9 passes last year. Got a lot of transfers coming in. I don't think they necessarily know what they have yet. As they get through fall camp, I think we'll kind of see who emerges in those position battles. Being an SEC team, an SEC West team, they have some talent in the receiver room. We'll just see who emerges. On the defensive end, and you kind of hinted at it, I don't know what that looks like. Last year, they struggled defensively, and that was having one of the best interior linebackers and one of the best edge rushers in the SEC in Bumper Pool and Drew Sanders. Those guys are both gone. They do have Chris Paul Jr., who's a highly touted interior linebacker. A lot of buzz around him coming into Arkansas. He's now got a couple years under his belt. I think he'll be ready to step up into that role of Bumper Pool. I think they have the bodies. It's a matter of whether or not they do it. Drew Sanders was an Alabama transfer. Just didn't fit behind Will Anderson and then Dallas Turner coming in. So that was a huge get for them to bring somebody like that in. But yeah, I don't know what the defense looks like this year. A lot of transfers and a lot of guys with not as much experience as you'd like.
Yeah, I think this team ultimately, their demise is going to be just not enough firepower on the outside of their offense, and just not enough to hold up defensively. I think as we go through the year, I have Arkansas kind of in the middle bottom of the SEC West this year. I don't see this as the year that they're gonna make that leap. I would love them to. I think that would be a really fun season if Arkansas finds their way towards the top of the SEC West. But I think I just don't see that happening this year. I don't see enough there. But I mean, still got to play the games.
Yeah, that's interesting because I'm sipping the Kool-Aid. I'm buying the hype. I'm all in on Arkansas this year. I think I talked about it earlier. I think KJ Jefferson does take that leap. I think getting some new faces in the receiver room and kind of some different experiences from those transfers will help. I think Rocket Sanders is only going to be better this year, and he had a fantastic season last year. Defensively, I think a lot of those question marks might get answers in the form of some of those transfers they brought in, especially in the secondary. Al Walcott was a huge playmaker for Baylor last year, and he's going to come over to Arkansas. Dwight McLaughlin had an awesome season for Arkansas last season, one of the best corners in the whole SEC. So hopefully more of the same from him. I think that they're a team that will win every game they're supposed to. I think they will struggle against the Alabamas and the LSUs. But ultimately, I think they have the firepower it takes to take down the Ole Misses, the Mississippi States, and they should handle Auburn and teams like that pretty handily. But that's what I have for Arkansas. I think they're going to have a good season this year. I don't know if they'll be as good as I'm expecting because I kind of had the same thoughts last year. I thought they were going to be that next team after
I,
Alabama.
I thought they had a chance to really challenge Alabama last year, and I guess I'm just hurt from last year. I can't quite believe in it. Can't quite believe in it this year. But I mean, looking at their schedule, there's at least 6 games on there that they should win. So we'll see how that plays out throughout the year.